Hello and welcome back to Esha's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a super quick and easy one-pan Rotel Beef Skillet Tex-Mex style. We're going to make it a little creamy by adding some sour cream. Going to make it cheesy, and hopefully it's going to be a nice little low-carb meal for, a simple weeknight. So let's get right into it. First thing we want to do in our large skillet is add a pound of ground beef. So I actually had some leftover hamburger patties from a party that I recently did. So I'm going to be using that. Listen to that sizzle. Get your pan set at medium-high. And yes, I know this is probably a little more than a pound, but that's okay. I just wanted to cook these up and get them used. So while this is browning up, you want to go ahead and get your seasonings ready. For the seasonings we're going to be using today will be 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and if you want, you can add some cayenne pepper, garlic pepper, and not garlic pepper, but garlic powder, and onion powder to it as well. But we're also going to be adding some Rotel tomatoes, so there will be some spices with the Rotel tomatoes. But I've got my seasonings already prepared, so we're just going to wait till this gets brown, and then we'll add that in. I'm going to break it up a little bit more. And this will take a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings now. I like to put them all over, and then we'll stir this up. So I've gone ahead and combined the chili powder and the cumin and all that in here. You know when it gets all mixed up because the colors change up just a little bit. You know I'm not a professional chef because unfortunately some things do fly out of the pan sometimes when I'm cooking. I'll just clean that up afterwards. Oh yeah, we're getting it all browned up now. It's looking good. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision. It does smell really good with the chili powder and all that added. Sorry, I couldn't just leave that in there. Alright, so with this, you actually have the option of draining off the oil or the grease that came out of the pan, or if you want, you can leave it in there. I'm going to go ahead and drain it, so give me a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Now, since when you do drain it, you do lose a little bit of your seasonings. I'm going to go ahead and add just a smidge more chili powder, just to make sure we get it good and seasoned. And then with this, we're also going to add the Rotel. So I'm just using normal HEB Rotel. I did drain a little of the liquid off, so that way it's not too watery. But we'll go ahead and get that added in here. Now, it's always up to you if you want to add the additional seasonings or not. I just like seasoning. And I am a big fan of chili, so... and chili powder is always a good thing for me. Alright, so you want to let it sit here for about 3 to 4 minutes. Cook up. As you can tell, it's still going to be a little wet, which is good. Nothing wrong with that. And you do make other flavors of Rotel as well. You can go mild, hot. Right now, since it's hatch season, or I think hatch season may be almost over, they do make a Rotel hatch as well. So with this, we're going to go ahead and turn it all the way down to low. Let that cool off just a smidge, because the next thing we want to do is add some sour cream to help get this a little creamy and get that creaminess texture. So just going to let it simmer just a smidge before I add the sour cream to it. Okay, go ahead and add sour cream. And for this, you want to add about a half a cup, give or take. I mean, if you want to go more, by all means, go more. If you're not a fan of sour cream, you could probably also add a little bit of heavy cream to this as well. All right. Get that off the spoon. And with this, you want to get a good stir. Break it all in there. You know, mix it all up. There you go. Make sure you get it all in there. Then once it's good and mixed, can go through and sprinkle on some cheese. You can use cheddar if you like. I'm actually going to use some cheddar, a little bit of Monterey Jack. That way it gets a little bit of different flavors. And you want to use just about a cup. Now, my problem is I like cheese, so I'm sure I know I went over a cup, but that's good because I just want it to be really cheesy. And of course, you want to stir that in really good too. Just let it sit there, you know, get some gooey cheesiness if you like. You have the option of putting a lid on this to help it melt. You know, put the lid on for about a minute or so. I might do that here real quick. And then when you get all good and melted, and your dinner is ready to eat. I'm going to pair this with some corn. So that way, get a little Tex-Mex with some corn. You can also eat this with tortillas. Put it in the middle of a tortilla, you know, roll it up that way. Or if you want, you could put this on a salad. I'm sure it'd be really good to mix it up in a salad with some cherry tomatoes and some jalapeno ranch. I'm sure it would go really well with this too. All right, let's go and take the lid off. See what we got. Stir it up a little bit. See how everything is. Look at that gooiness. That's what we're talking right there. Some good old cheesy string pulls there. Like I said, I'm probably just going to put this in a bowl and go from there. So, but that is good and cheesy. So let me go ahead and get my bowl. I've got a pretty good sized bowl here, so just get a couple scoops. Not going to really have too much. Don't want to do too much, but this should definitely be able to serve, you know, a few people. 1 to 2 servings. But since I added a little extra beef and all that, you could probably get, you know, a good 3 to 4 servings out of this. So there's a good, quick, easy recipe for you for a weeknight, especially if you don't really feel like cooking. So I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you come back for the next one. See you then.